Utility for Tabson only on the defuse kit here. PT50 out for Arki over on the saw cap as Dodo has a double flash and smoke to be utilizing here into the long control. Keto taps up 2 headshots, gets Arki and Dodo to fall, and that's already the majority of the utility being removed here for Saw.
Yeah, great fight coming through from the city side out towards that long position. A little bit of a trade back comes through from XANTARES. That opens up the chance for a split into B.
One frag back trade is still a man advantage for Big. This lurk into the upper tunnels. Searson needs to get a kill over that. He needs to back up, and he will get back over to the car position. Muteris sees upper, takes control, takes the frag to a 3 versus 3. The bomb can't quite cross just yet. XANTARES is out there looking down the doors. The flashbangs should be able to enable it. There's actually a decoy coming in. They turn away from it. Keto comes up with a triple. In for the quadra, perhaps? No. The bomb plant put down on the site. It's a man advantage for Big.
Roman looking to try and fight out towards a window position, try and get the advantage back, but Keto's ready for that. A 4K overall to come through for the big fella, and for Saw. And now a bit of an opportunity to get Dodo on the AWP, see what he can kind of work. Ooh, this aggressive play from Keto, though.
Oh, just saw the shoulder, does get the kill in against him for a moment. Picked up, looking down at that gap. Flash is coming over as Tizian starts facing forward instead. Does catch Roman's Muteris, falls back to Tabson's part. So Dodo trades on the orb to a 3 versus 3, but with that man advantage being regained to evens, Big have a lot of information to work off.
Oh, XANTARES making the info play, lines up a couple of kills, and now's Dodo's the last one left, and he just backs off out of there. Again, how disciplined they are in that 3-on-3. They get a couple of picks. They've got to try and dive that AWP in towards the B side, but there's already 2 players here.
The gap on the left-hand side of the smoke, seen him. Tabson in with that pick, grabs the AWP. No, he doesn't actually. That's a lost rifle. That's technically a lost rifle. Okay. AK's AWP's out. Fly back, of course, for the T-side line, but looking at Keto straight up in Arki's face and just gets that frag for it. And trying to go for these fast plays, still Big are able to account for it. Saw continuing.
Yeah, it's going to be a fake out towards the B side. Just try and draw that utility out from CT. Kind of catch the CT sleeping a little bit. Get the run boost over too.
Oh, nice attempt on Keto. It actually works out for Muteris, but Tabson there with a trade back. 2 Molotovs should force him out into the open. And they adjust the kill. Eventually they do, but a lot of damage done to Roman for it. So 3-on-3 situation, and he continues looking on Batizian's part. The M4. Can't see the T-side player duck down. He does see Roman, though. That's going to be a 3-on-2 advantage now for Saw. One of their first advantages in this game so far. The retake for XANTARES and Searson. I wonder if they're thinking the same with the AK and the AWP. Definitely the AK at this stage, but XANTARES is fragging. Getting 2 frags. Saw's on 55 HP. Jump face. He wins out the clutch. 3 kills to his name. AWP recovered and all. And a 6th round for Big. Saw got so much done, but still came up short. Pushing Arki out the way. Bit of a mid play coming in from Saw, which could be taken back by Tabson's spot. But no, Rome finds the opening kill again. Tizian thinking of aggressing forward here on this one, which might be the best call for one player. Close flash in, Muteris caught off. Back to a 4v4 we will go. Big putting a lot of attention here on this short presence, and they've seen nothing over towards the tunnels or towards the B site. The bomb's committed towards Long as just gets dealt with a short control. Roman tags up 1, can't get the secondary player. Searson comes up with his AWP pick and an AWP B scout battle. He can't quite win it out. The Dodo actually lands the head, and Arki finds Keto and all on Tizian now. Molotov back, he's going to try and see if he can find a different angle or just reaggress towards the short control. Headshot seen by Dodo, damage being done to him and Arki. And Tizian up for the retake with a kit. He's going to try wrap the CT.
Oh, he picked up another molly, actually. So that could go down and towards the side, try and deny the bomb. Just waste as much time as possible.
Dodo watching. It's backed off as Tizian starts to face forward here. The CT player, the kit is still on him. Fighting out against Arki's path. Dodo spraying through. Tizian looking for the headshots. Time is slowly ticking away against him. That's a good tap to the head. 3 kills up for him. Another quadra clutch, perhaps. Arki watching left and right, seeing the head again. Tizian's out of time. He's got to stick the whole defuse. Knowing that jump face could come through. Tapping it again, trying to force Arki forward. He sees him on the site and just wins out the clutch. Just wins out the first round for Saw. Long take as smokes go down, and they do siphon off control of the CT side.
They're aggressing. They wanted to retake Long.
Forward, so much presence being seen by Tizian, and he realized how much of a bad call that is. Has caught info on the bomb and the backup. AWP, a scout I should say, as Dodo lands the headshot on Tabson meanwhile. And the AWP of Searson can strike back. Damage done to Dodo and Rome, so an advantage does favor the big side, but it's a 3 versus 3.
They've got to make a decision here on the T side. Do they keep fighting, or do they start going elsewhere and taking map control? If they've got a way of being able to molly the car player, that might try and force the AWP into the open.
Spray through, line of Rome getting close. Eventually they catch up XANTARES. And they don't keep their heads on a swivel, they'll all fall to this one player. Smoke's going down at the exact same position of Molotov. Also got to get back to cross. Keto moves in, sees what's going on in a moment. Caught off by the AK, the spray is awkward, but he gets that kill in. It's all left to Roman. 16 HP, he will get the bomb planted in this one. And for him to clutch it, Searson knows what's going on. AWP thinking the jump, oh, he saw the adjustment works out better. But Keto finds the response and finds the round for Big. The Big. Well, it is the expected map win for them, but it'll be a lot more one-sided than even I expected. Kills found on Searson, finds the Dodo at suicide.
For Big, it's getting to a position in which if the T's do fight it, they're coming out with mad advantages, or if not, they're just not even fighting at all. That was a really aggressive play coming through from Tabson. Bit of an unnecessary move, and now it answers back to a 4-on-4.
Being placed up there, the SMG of Tizian doesn't even know where Roman is, but has a crack at it, and he gets the kill on the low HP T side member. So back to Big's man advantage will go. Let's look for the split in towards the A site.
Now, Keto pushed the upper tunnels about 10 seconds ago, so they know it has to be an A split, and they could position themselves accordingly.
Muterus catches Keto. Back to evens again. All three CTs held for spawn. They're going to see them both on that peak of Arky catching XANTARES. Tizian's got to fall back and try a count towards long control. They'll pass that bomb over to the likes of Muterus. It is out in the open there, but there's no one there to punish it. They've rotated off, going for the long and short retake.
It wasn't the best of tosses, but you're right about the relocation. No one eventually playing out from CT. At least they bring it back to a 2v2 now.
A flash over. Arky and Muterus now aware of one of them. Probably can connect the dots and be aware of the second man as well. Not worrying about him for the moment. AK looking left and right around the boxes. Bomb down on default as the AWP continues leaning in. Searson can't catch angle. They're running out of time. Big kill for Arky. And Searson doesn't want anything to do with this. He'll back off.
A camp that maybe there was some recklessness coming through. We mentioned that they had a 5-on-4. They got that great opening pick.
Much more careful on the defaults this time. No early picks.
Ooh, Arky getting a little bit careful there. Ooh, a bit of a play aggressive out from the mid position. Keto being able to fight a couple of frags. No flash, no nothing. That was as dry as anything. Just trying to see if they can get a contact and draw the attention away from XANTARES. Two anchors a B. Don't really see Big holding the setup all too often.
Gets the kill on Dodo. Justin Arky. Slow facing with the AK-47. Molotov in on XANTARES. So trying to see if he can block him out of position, but keeping him suppressed as Just sneaks in the backlines. Okay, this got interesting. Sees Keto, sees XANTARES, fights back. They had no idea. Seeing the third CT as well. Trying to win this next fight. Arky's got to cross back and get a bomb plant. He will take some tag damage. But the retake is on. Saw snuck their way into the site.
Yeah, Just has got to be able to find more impact, though. With his teammate low HP, he's got to be the one to do the damage. And Tabson's already swung out for the upper tunnels. Tizian coming through from the doors before Searson even needs to come out from CT.
Could be a split play. They are looking out of the mid doors right now, so there's a chance that they could go in for a CT split towards the A site. Searson, the AWP is running a Gandalf, catches the headshot of Muterus, now drops down into that CT spawn as it's all a ruse to the A. Plays the Dodo, finds that trade, blind shot with the smoke does not quite connect. Meanwhile, Just acts out of the tunnels, and the AWP here, actually M4 XANTARES, excuse me, picks up 2 frags, turns it back to a 2 versus 2, but only for the moment. Now Tabson gonna try and strike back in the mid control, can't catch off the bomb carrier as it's already been dropped in the mid position. The bomb will go down though, so he's up for the retake in this one. Flashing his way straight forward, out of the door, sees Just, spray through, smoke back, AWP, no, and he gets the headshot together to clutch the round and keep Big up at 9-6 at the turn of the half. Flashes in, XANTARES. Couldn't quite catch the city side player down there towards the pit control. Arky falling away. XANTARES catches off the likes of Arky at the end. Peek out aggressive. T-side start off with the opening kill. AWP as the Dodo misses his chance to get a secondary player as well. And tagged up, forced out, info gained, backing away. Does catch Tabson at the end of the smoke, so there is a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, they're making an info play, though. They've pushed aggressively towards the upper tunnels, but what do they do with this? Because if they extend any further, Tizian might be the guy to catch him off.
Oh, Stadodo adjusts against Searson instead. Finding that frag. Big trying to see if they can stagger their way forward into the actual control. Tizian gets that one frag on the lower tunnels. Can he adjust against the second man? No, he can't. Just coming down will stop them. To the sight, AWP Quito finally picks one back. Looking in for Muteris as well. The Yorkers Stadodo tried to strike back in on a wallbang shot. Looking on the car control. Sees Quito. Bomb plant tapped once. They're trying to force the kill back in the AK at 12 HP. His next engagement will be his last. Too difficult to win that out. Saw.
And what that does mean, though, is that the ESEA could be taken quite easily, especially if they get flashed over the top and try and force the AWP away from Car.
Awkward spray of Arky comes up with the kill against Tizian, trying to grab that AK as well. Galil backed up, Tabson swings, sees them both. Their attention's turned away. They're so focused on a short control as the hit comes in. The bomb plant can be secured to this. XANTARES still hunting for Stadodo being such low HP. Tabson slow faces. They're both tagged up heavy. 2 easy kills for Tabson to take. The bomb gets dropped temporarily. The trades are good, however, for them just in a 1 versus 3. Has found his first pick, turned away from the flashbang. Doesn't catch Tabson off. Searson gets his trade. That could come back to hurt them, but Searson's going to get this shot in regardless. Good kill.
Lovely.
B site's already open. That might already be a safe for Saw.
It kind of has to be. That there's no way they're going to be able to win this without really a massive amount of utility. What a gameplay! What is that shot from Searson? That's surely got to call it now. And yeah, they're out of there.
But what do you do with that? Like, just straight headshot in. Oh. Tap still on Tabson, catching Muteris next, so even more kills pouring out of the late lurkers. Stadodo and Arky, well, what do you do? Like, again, you just got to save the weapons. Hope to God they don't peek in from Longhouse, which is exactly what Tabson is about to do. Krieg in, known entity, Stadodo. Is he going to get baited, perhaps? Flash inbound, shot missed out. He tried to fake out some utility in fact. Back does go over. He still catches that pick against that player, but Molotov's burning. And they are still hunting. Here they come. If they get these 2 kills, it's going to prove to be disastrous here for Saw. Arky falls to Dodo, gets a couple of picks back in. Wallbang, 3K. Does get his quadra in, but doesn't quite get. Been decimated by Big so far on the T side. You can imagine this one will convert. A couple of kills coming in from Roman, though, so he keeps his resistance held. 3-on-3 scenarios, the trades are still there. Searson catches 1. Not quite number 2 out towards the A play. Now a 2 versus 2 situation, but both CTs are isolating.
Yeah, that's the big question mark, is how Saw try and play this, because for the T side, they're heating up. They're going so fast in towards the A side. Arky's got to get a 1-on-1, struggling to take the first fight, at least drop that bomb, hold on for a little bit of time, and still just wasting time, not taking the duel straight away into XANTARES. The trade can come back, and now down to a 1v1, and he's already seen the player up from short, or has he?
We're smoke down, Molotov on that short position in case he might have an idea. Tapped up, damage done by just. XANTARES giving up the headshot angles, and if he just keeps his head ducked down, he can stall for the time of this one, try and force just out into the open. How's he going to get this kill, though? Not that way, it seems.
Oh, Stadodo's got to be careful about this. There's an AWP duel looking to come in. Oh, both of them miss, actually, and it allows Arky just to kind of sneak underneath and deal with Tizzy, and they just back off from long man advantage.
Big wrapping over towards the A site, out towards the short position. Orpin for Stadodo. Can he catch any more kills? Yes, he can. Dropping that bomb. Big frag to find. 3rd man to face, perhaps. Oh, Quito's going to get a trade back on the short control. The bomb is not picked up by XANTARES. What's he playing at here on this one? What's he going to get out of this round? Potentially 2 frags on the short control. Swing out, sees 1, forces the second player away, and now we'll go for the bomb plant.
Yeah, retake mode coming through for the City side. Bit of a late lurk out from mid is at least gathering that information. Quito now getting involved. He's down low, but the CTs, they've got to be able to bounce back, and just as the last one left, trying to see if he can clutch it together, but not to be big.
Maybe Big could still be on for that 2-0. About to find out as the pistol round goes live. Saw on the T side start. Big picked into CT, of course, without this being their map pick. They have the pick of the litter in that respect. Tizian comes up with the first couple of tags, but he's forced back out into towards the B site on the ramp control, which is where Saw going into the initial defense. Quito comes up with the first kill. Tizian is going to find a pick back. Searson responds towards Arky, and now the CT's back off to allow them control the site. But probably there to deny it as they pick back into Econ. Perfect headshot to Quito. 3 kills to his name, and a big pistol for Big. SMGs will be resisted relatively well here by the T side line. They are playing into the outside control for the most part. Very carefully positioned on their own sides. The Dodo coming up a big pick to open things up, but Keto responds to Arky indoors over at the squeaky door. Make their way downstairs to Secret and go towards the B play.
No, rotates have already been there. Got one player in reposition already, down towards lower. More can come through from ramp and for Saw. They've just got to try and see if they get this bomb down.
Smoke in, one player seen crossing at the window. They're very aware of what could be going down over there. CSN takes his face, the Dodo starts swinging out in Mutrix. Actually catch the opening. Kills the Dodo! That was a flick straight to the head of Tizian. And now Keto and XANTARES, the last couple of players left, big. Fantastic secondary response again from Saw. As you mentioned, the beautiful entries is what got them there.
They're just trying to see if they can press out from Squeak Door, see if they can maybe bait Keto, get somewhat aggressive. Buteris trying to work on the other side of the smoke. Actually, perfect flashbang in for the CTs. Means that Tabson finds that first frag, and Buteris was half blinded.
Keto is responded to by Arky, however, so instant 4 versus 4 trade. Does get tagged as he dives down the vents, and Roman is ready for Tizian on the outside control. SMG caught on the spray, to a 4v3 now for Saw. There's very fast-paced rounds coming in towards their favour. XANTARES has let his man cross though, peeking away from Roman. Will spray through towards Squeaky Door. Catch off the Dodo in the midst of the smoke. Not catching the secondary player though. The Galil can sneak forward. That bomb has dropped in vents as well, so he can get picked up and planted from here.
No kits in play and no incendiaries. They do have the AWP actually playing out towards Dark, but they've got to be able to find something with Sirison.
Gonna wait for him. The bomb's gone down in the midst of the smoke, so they'll have information to play from in a position that they have not checked. Tabson leaning forward. Can you check out the stairs? Roman's going to get caught off guard, so it's Arky just all alone with the Galil. Finds that one frag, tagged at 3 points of HP, though grabbing the AK for his own right. Smoke down from Tabson, tapping the full 10 seconds. I think I may have heard of this, I think the AWP's watching for it. He's not even going to peek. He's not going to peek. Tabson's just going to catch the whole 10-second defuse. And just, I mean, he had 3 HP, he goes down with a wall bang and all. Molotovs, incendiaries up to try and force the T-side players away. It actually ends up with a kill. The wall bang spray on Arky was good against Tabson.
Now, XANTARES hasn't seen anything towards outside, but there is a player in and around Secret, and Tizian's at least been able to find the first, but traded instantly.
3-on-3 maintained. Mutrix has snuck his way downstairs to be a split play into the B site instead. Smokes down to siphon off the secret entries, which will be coming in from the likes of the CT forces. Molotov's in, bomb plant secured towards Old Toxic. Set themselves up here with the AWP down. Mutrix looking the right way at the right time.
He kind of stayed a little bit longer and then just got hit by so much of that utility.
M4 straight in for XANTARES, gets that kill. Smokes back, trying to suppress, just going to try go for the vent dive. He's caught up on the vent itself, he does drop down in the end. XANTARES gets caught in the midst of the sweat by Roman actually, and the M4 spray back, and Keto returns to the Dodo. Knows that Roman's still out there somewhere in Squeaky Door, and Tizian sees Mutrix acting out towards ramp, gets that kill. They now know that the T-side player has gone in for the vent dive, so they should be aware of just being downstairs and Roman being upstairs. If Roman forces the kill back here towards ramp, he'll reunite with his teammate, and that'll be a good retake set.
Yeah, he's got to get a move on, though, and he's got to be able to find impact. Tizian is waiting for the lurk, and there it is, straight away just now in that 1-on-4, and he's just going to get sandwiched in. Time is not really a massive factor. Swing out from double doors. They do catch off the first player. Someone's going to have to at least get this bomb tapped, and now they open it up. They're sticking it. Can the spray get on? He's getting so damn close. Finally, Tizian gets there in time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is certainly something that's been cropping up as of late here for Saw, but they still find confident executions like this. 2 quick kills, 3 quick kills. No sort of response back from Big. Sirison catches 1 player outside, but how quickly they enter to the A site, how quickly this round falls to the favor of the T's. Big. That's not happened. Sprays forward, damage being done at Tabson. Sirison does get the AWP in at close range, finds the Dodo. Roman and just get those 2 responses back. 4 versus 3 scenario. Saw at the advantage again.
No, Kino almost got spammed down out towards a closed vent position too. They've been able to force just away. Spam coming in again. So much damage in through these smokes.
Only had a HE, the nade back as XANTARES actually might be able to support it. They get the kill together to a 3 versus 3 now. The Mutrix strikes back towards outside, picks up Tizian. Arky faced in upon, does get caught off, so there are responses at Big in a 2-on-2 scenario now. Leaning in towards the A play, the Molotov's down, but the T's do not act just yet.
And they've got to be able to trade out XANTARES, and he's looking two ways. He doesn't know whether he goes out towards main. They actually dive down into the fence and straight to the hands of Quito. XANTARES has got to be able to try and get this frag together and try and recover the bomb.
The bomb is in CT hands and know exactly where he is and where he can come from. He's making a lot of noise up here on the A site. Smoke down, dive through, try and grab that bomb and get it back towards the A play. That's a decent idea for XANTARES. Quito. Quito's thinking he might actually take it back, but now that smoke has had a chance to fade. There's actually the edge of it. He's going to hear the footsteps. He's going to see as soon as XANTARES picks it up. He hears the second set of footsteps, gets the kill together, and recovers it for Big turn 6 at the turn of the half. Eventually, whenever they're ready for it, taps through into XANTARES. Going to try and find an opening kill, but they're going to give up more opportunities to the CT kills. XANTARES capitalize on that one frag. Tizian trades it back, and Roman responds towards it. Open decon door coming in. Bomb plant will just about see secured. Players up in the rafters and on site. Searson going to get overwhelmed with the numbers game. Gets away with one good pick back. It's all on Tapson. Dinking down Arky, getting away with one frag, but only one frag. Just secures the penultimate kill of the round, and will secure the round itself for Saw. Similar default to what we saw coming in from Saw in most of their T-side rounds, and Tapson just flashes his way forward, trying to go for the Venn dive. It's what we thought. Actually, no, a boost up, looking up to the rafters for the Galil. Made on Quito, should do his damage, allow the opening to come in from Saw. Secondary kill, not really found by Just. Two trades back to XANTARES Tizian as a result. That's Dodo transfers his spray towards Searson's head, but Tapson finds a responsive trade, and XANTARES and Arky have been two very different positions to retake on the side.
Ooh, fast up from the vents though, allows the first, and Arky even gets involved!
Wow.
What a retake coming through from Saw! The way that they peek off one another, the way that they time it. Dodo outside just jiggle peeking towards heaven, hasn't really seen anything, so this element of surprise could be everything! A massive turnaround from Quito, but he is getting dinked down to 5 points of health.
Alright. Fez. Tizian follows suit with his kill on Dodo out in a hut. 4 versus 3 scenario for Big, but they're so heavily tagged up on their two players that got the kills. Quito and Tizian on 5 points of health each. They're walking towards the A site. Searson's going to be ready for rotations down at Secret, but they might be coming in from ramp and the heaven control. The bomb plant will be secured for now.
Yeah, they might have the man advantage, but my goodness, do those HP numbers look scary? And for Saw, do they want to go for it? I mean, money is not very great at all.
Oh no, it's going to be fine. Okay, fair enough. Will he use it on the squeaky door? Yes, he will. Nice timing on it because the hit's coming in from the Big side. Out of the hut control, they'll make their way in, overwhelm Roman. Dodo's going to try and bail out his teammate, but just falls the same, and Dodo won't last much longer either. Arky, XANTARES. Last couple of players left, and Big are going to get a bomb plant in. They're already backing up to save. XANTARES going to wait back here at the ramp control, but the main focus is going to be on those two CTs. They get one pick. Oh, pixels away from getting the second. The exit frags to the last round. Minute and 20 into this round. It's very carefully placed from Big. They recognize that Saw could be up to something here. They took that tactical for a reason.
Ooh, M4. A little bit of an angle out with the secret smoke. That's a great find coming through Arky. He even turns it into 2 now. How does he get away with that? How does he get away with that? 5 on 3s, and XANTARES making a ton of noise. Big look panicked now. He's got to get this kill on XANTARES. Takes a lot of damage with that awkward spray. Does get a trade back. 50 seconds remain. Big still continuing to receive damage as Arky gets tagged to 34. M4 starts to receive the punishment, and the over-aggression starts to get punished as well. That's just sloppiness really coming in from Saw. That's a 5 on 3 advantage with a couple of kills from an M4, and they just can't hold the numbers game. Dodo now getting involved. The 5-7-2. This is much better. Maybe it's not over. Bomb now in CT controls. XANTARES got to win the fight against Roman. 25 seconds. The headshot swung upon, and they do recover. Yeah, 3-man boost looking into heaven, but no one's going to be seen for it. They're just trying to get the util forward, see if they can bait in a little bit of a position and just walk out from hard. Just seeing good kill for XANTARES. Swing out towards Mini. They know that there's a CT out there. Dodo coming in from heaven as well. Will try to block them off the AWP. Focusing on outside as they fall out of position. What's the play here, Saw? Do they go for the retake? They're looking like they're in saving positions, but I don't think that's going to be what's on the table. Do gain 1 AK on XANTARES' part, so that main firepower weapon stays in for the CT side.
Big on for overtime. They have 2 more rounds to get there. So just need the one good execution to be defended, and Mutris finds that opening kill. That's the start that they need.
That's a great pick towards outside, and now even dropping the bomb, he follows up with 2 kills. They've now got themselves a 5-on-3, at least a bit of a trade back from Tizian.
1 found. The bomb's been dropped in CT control, and I think Mutris has all the information, all the vision to be able to utilize at this stage.
And they need a pick back. That's what they need. At the same time, recovering that bomb is probably the main objective. And even Tizian falls. They're now just running out of opportunities to bring this round back.
Especially with XANTARES falling back down towards the held position. It's all left to Searson in a 1 versus 4. AWP in hand. All the work to do. Bomb dropped in Mini. He's going to try and recover it, but 30 seconds to clutch it in a 1 versus 4 scenario. Like, he's got to get every single pick. He's been seen. He's been dropped. Mutris with the final frag of the matchup. 16.
A couple of backstabs coming through from the City side, but really they've got to be able to get here in timeout from A, because for Saw, looking like it's just going to be a 5-on-5 post line.
Immediately down and out towards the back of the big box. Tizian with that flick headshot. Kicks things off on the right foot. Sees 2 more T-side members. Searson going to try time it well. Catches just headshot off. XANTARES trams in on Roman and all. 2 left out side. Alex Dodo and Mutris. Got to stack them up. Mutris will fall. Dodo gets 2 picks back, and now the smoke is on the bomb. Is there a kit in? I think there is one, but Tabson. They fight against Searson. They fighting against Tabson as well. 33 HP. Getting dinged down, and Tabson going to stick the bomb. Dodo's forced back out. He can't reach him in time at this stage. Diffuser gets stuck, and Big will take the all-important pistol round.
That's the Dodo almost getting knifed there eventually. Tabson gets in there with the USP kill. Everyone being able to fight a kill from the big side. And for Saw, another force buy back. I'm very surprised about that.
And Tech 9 in on Dodo, forces the issue here with the SMGs, trying to get a response in on Searson, but Roman trades back with his own Mac 10 frag at a 4 versus 3 environment. Saw fragging away, and you mentioned you were surprised at the force buy, but it has worked out well for them. Now 2-man advantage above up. So caught off with the boost will be found by Dodo. Tizian's best bet is probably to save the Kevlar and the helmet at this stage, but the SMG is known. Face back in upon the bomb can actually rotate back towards the B site as Dodo gets his squadron involved. And AWP in with the Deagles back out, so very heavy investment big, which actually will work for that opening kill. Roman caught off. Mutris wanting nothing to do with that Deagle, which I respect that. Flashes over, coming in. SMG wraps around from Arky, finds the likes of XANTARES. Tag up as the Dodo will tab to take a swing against the headshot towards 1 man. Catches Mutris as well. Not quite getting the 3rd kill on the Dodo, but tagged him at 17. So the AK is going to get passed back to Arky. 3-on-2, you're right about that, as a player coming in from the ramp control sees them both. Headshot lines up on Arky in the end, as the Dodo's got 17 points of health. The AWP's watching and waiting, and catches his shot, catches his kill.
Ooh, does anyone molly the sandbags position? XANTARES' timing could be everything. They even pre-aim it, but he still wins the fight.
73 HP as well. He won it with confidence. That Molotov finally comes in, so he's going to have to be forced to use that smoke down. His teammate actually comes in with a smoke instead. Or did he, actually? I can't tell. I think XANTARES used his own smoke. Defends his life here at 5 versus 4. Tizian gives up the kill to a 4 versus 4 as Arky picks back. Keto watching with the AK against Roman. Sees the gun barrel. That faces the spray. He still connects 1 kill, not quite the 2K. And Saw are going to go in for the B execution. Even got all on Tabson in the back. Or do they? They're picking up a 3rd smoke. They're stalling this one a little bit. Damage done to Arky. AK looks back away at the wrong moment, thinking there might be a backstab involved. Orp looks up, XANTARES does catch Arky. Mutris trades back the AWP, and now 10 seconds. They're planting open tabs, and if he sprays now, he doesn't opt to do so. He waits and baits, just gets caught. Mutris gets seen, sprays through on the FAMAS, tapping that bomb, trying to force Just into the open. He'll give up a fight, take a dink back against him, but now 1 headshot against XANTARES is all Just needs, and that's what Just will get. XANTARES to start things off with the damage being done. Nade onto no 13 HP, and Searson does chime in, kick things off on the right foot. Flash forward, take aggression. Oh, he gets the wall bang on Just as well. That's a 2-for-0 trade. Damage being done in pretty heavy amounts to the CT forces, but the kills are going the way of Big as Tabson gets involved with a USP. Keto comes up, and Roman transfers his spray back between 2 players. Got recovering as the next pistol back here. Tizian's P250. XANTARES on the way. Gives up a gap, an angle in the midst of the smoke. 3 kills now for Roman. Tizian's looking for his own way back. The smoke back towards the main entrance will give him enough breathing room to rotate away if he decides to do so. Can he isolate what is essentially a 1 versus 5? AWP assist is going to be the next big concern, and even he's passive, waiting at that gap for the default plant position. If Roman slow faces, that'll be the end of him. Two HEs, another incendiary that they can utilize here towards side alley. Tabson with all the noise comes up and faces against two T-side players. Not the best of players. Again, Big's aggression has been a bit hit and miss so far in this. Smoked off, got a look back at position. The AWP and the M4 got face to take. 2 kills found, 1 trade back for just. AWP could catch the wall bang. Will he go for it? He'll try, but just gets the bomb down in time. 3v3 for the retake now.
CT start coming here in numbers, but they take the final towards the AWP and just gets away with the man advantage.
Big kill, AK wrapping from Tizzy and gets a response back to a 2 versus 2. Looks, does not see the player behind the scaffolding, and Stadodo gets his kill as Arky follows suit on Keto. End of the board, nades on for Keto's part. Try to do some damage, flashes in, turned away from the M4. Can you see Arky? Can you see Stadodo? It's a turn. This is 2 easy frags, and he gets them both. And now he's got to escape, got to run for his life. He will be traded, but that's a big start for Big.
That's what they needed. They needed at least an early advantage, and Keto was able to deliver, get a couple of kills.
They'll go for the XE. Muteris will try and lead that charge. Smoke down, flash going over, swing out, sprays forward, seeing the CTs are going to retreat from the bomb plant. Will be found here. The retake is on for the big side. They have a man advantage and saw backing off because of it.
And no one backstabbing, though, for the City side. Everyone coming in for the backlines, and no utility to set themselves up. Oh, no, there's even a little bit of TK damage being done.
Is that going to be the tipping point? Will there be a way back in? AK's on, XANTARES finds Biteris, finds Roman as well, just with the 1 versus 4 clutch. We'll look away as the defuse gets tapped. 1 frag found. Can't get around the corner in time. Searson drops the last man.
A very crucial round to be won out by the big side, but they've got to be able to follow up, make it 6 at the end of the half. Oh!
Good shot, Searson. Good way to start things off. Spray through on Tabson, meanwhile, axe towards 2 more players in the mid-control, and Big have found their confidence to maintain this round, it seems. Arky tagged heavy of 15 points of health. Flashes going over to try to suppress them. Stadodo and Arky looking to make their way forward. Sprays up, Tizzy gets caught. Secondary player also responded towards 2 versus 2, actually. Saw have done a pretty decent job of this.
How have they brought this back? There were so many man advantages coming through for Big, and Stadodo and Arky, they're on for this.
They are tagged heavily, though. Ooh, Stadodo, I thought for a second he was going to jump off and give up more HP. 46 means he would have stayed alive, but he would have been extremely low. Now, smokes can go down towards the stairs entrance, not at the wallbanger position. Re-smoke on the bomb itself leaves XANTARES to tap it up. Searson watching, sponging damage, sprays through, not on XANTARES' kill. He stays alive to close out the half at 9-6 up. Saw look supreme, but Big did bring it back. So there was an opportunity of what Saw have on the advantage. Utility in for Tabson and Tizzy, and Tizzy has used all of his as Muteris takes face of his USP. He's got the defuse kit, so he's got to be careful about where he takes control of. Flashes in, smokes down, Keto finds the opener, XANTARES! What the hell was that?
I just thought, here's a bit of a position in the smoke. I'm going to try and see if I can spam. Oh, yeah, straight away got a kill. And now 2 players are remaining for the CT side. Saw just getting rushed on out for the mid-split into the B side. That was powerful, aggressive, and all over the place for Big, and they make it work.
More exits coming in for Keto as he gets his double up. And Roman with not much that he can do in this one. A 7 to the board of Big, and as I mentioned before, the pistol could tell all. Is that everything for the big side? Saw losing an all-important round of their campaign as Big just picked them apart pretty easily. And again, I'm so shocked at exactly what they were. Oh, Stadodo reads XANTARES. Catches that kill in the end, starts things off on the right foot for the CT side, but Tizian finds a response out in the mid-control. 4 versus 4. Searson follows suit onto Arky, just in the back line. Solo holding the B-side, gets 1 frag, needs a secondary kill, and ideally needs backup. He's bursting through with the headshots, he's opened up a chance for Stadodo to strike, and now Searson, all that remains. AWP nailed out position in a 1 versus 3, tagged to 38, just as looking for his triple up. And he catches it as well. Burst fire, patient plays.
There's 4 players on A though. This is a really decent read by the City side. Big have got to convert the low HP players into entries.
Mapping over. Nades, not quite secured. Tabs are going to go for a risky plant, but they're not going to spray through on it for the Source side. Big 5v5 retake. That nade gets the kills to Dodo. Return frag finally found. Opening frag actually finally found. Lil's set back to the back lines. AK involved, burst through Muturis and just caught off the next couple of kills. Arky finds a response. He's responded to so quickly, and Roman, all that remains, backing off out towards mid. They have got Tizzy standing by with the Eagle, almost swift his kill. Flash forward as they look towards that A control on the CT side. The Molotovs and such will start coming in for Big, and there's a quick rotation for a third man to get here. M4's on site. Arky lines up 2 frags. Muturis gets one of his own in the back lines. Keto can respond, but Arky drops him the same, and it's all left to Searson in the 1 versus 4. With the AWP out, held to the back lines, Arky's going to continue spraying. Does see his man, does take the frag. 4 kills overall for Arky. Trying to jump face in against the Dodo. Nades against the damage. Counter back against the Molotovs, and Rowan will come forward with that opening kill on Searson. Tizian backs back up to the Dodo. I actually think that nade might have missed here. He gets his second shot on Tizian to follow it up, and looking for a 3K perhaps. He's rounded the corner of that smoke. A flash in for Arky might provide another good peek in. Suppressing for the moment. He's still sticking around his angle. He's found 2 kills. Maybe even that third at long last. Not to be. Sprays through, and Keto catches the man off guard, and finally we're back to a man advantage for the Source side. Roman could also be traded pretty easy. That Molotov should drive him back.
Oh, they've been able to deal with the play around from Yellow. Thompson being able to find a couple and turn it into a triple. What a recovery there from the Big side after it takes them so long to deal with the Dodo out towards the sandbags. Thompson comes up huge.
Time is running short on Big. If they want to make a play, they're going to have to do it relatively quickly. The Dodo's so close to the smoke as well. They'll hear some shots out. Information gained, but no kills. They're getting closer and closer through the smokes. So Dodo finally strikes alongside Roman back in. The crossfire is locked, and the teams are getting picked apart for it. XANTARES with 1 response, but it's a 4-on-2 for Saw.
There's so many players in and around this A side. They can get the smokes down, at least trying to get in a bomb plant, but from there, how do they convert a 2-on-4?
XANTARES going to try and make a play before they even get the bomb plant involved. Seeing where Roman is transferred, a spray back towards the second player. No, Arky gets his response, and it's all on Keto here in the 1 versus 3. Slowly rotates the side alley. The bomb should be in his crosshairs. Flash in from Just Have will allow the entries to come in. Arky such low HP, and Keto actually backs off for it. Back on the bomb, tapping it, forcing the peak, getting the kill, getting the 2K, getting the 14th round for Saw. Just Flash and Incendiary continues to suppress Keto. Tanks a nade, sees where Roman is. Keto and XANTARES with their picks. The Dodo trading back to a 3 versus 3. Overwhelmed by Keto with his 2K. Just a Muturis on rotate. 1 player's in the back lines of the site. Another one I think is setting up a backstab in the ladder room. Molotov should drive just out of position, and it just about does. 3-on-2 situation. Muturis needs to land a tap to the headshot. Kick things off against Tizian.
Oh, commits to the spray and just can't win it. Just has now got a save. There's no way that he can go in for this, but he's still hanging around.
He makes his work, but too much. Missing smokes out, in fact. Big miss from Tabson in particular. That comes back at the CT side. Arky way towards the mid position and forward. Hearing them coming forward. Taps on the AWP. 1 player swing out towards CT spawn. Traded back by Arky's part. Searson with his deagle back. The AWP swings back to a 3 versus 3. And the SMG of Just on the site itself trying to burst through. Does find that 1 pick. Takes a wallbang shot for it. And his backup is rotated. The AWP as the Dodo strikes. All on XANTARES. 1-on-3 situation. Finds 1 good kill. Needs to get a whole lot more out of this. So Dodo backed up. Loses the fight. And he can't get the 3rd. Roman becomes the hero of the matchup for Saw as they secure the 3rd map in the series at 16-14. Big the favourites have crumbled as Saw start their season off with a bang.